Hi, this is the part 2 of your week 2 video. I'd like to spend just a couple of minutes talking about meaning and purpose in older years. And interestingly, Moody and Sasser present this concept of meaning in old age as a controversy. And in some ways, it's not very surprising because I think we do have overall a misconception in society that when you get old, you no longer really have purpose in life. You lose roles such as, um, your role in your profession or your role as a parent. Children grow up, they get married, you're no longer parenting. When your spouse dies, you're no longer a spouse. So the question is, what do older people think about meaning in their lives? So you will see a video from a gentleman by the name of Edgar. It's a very short little clip, but I think it's really great for me to be able to share with you the voice of older people when we're talking about these topics. And Edgar just shares that what his perspective is on meaning and why it's important. So please make sure you watch that video. And there's also another video from researcher Laura Carstensen, who you heard from in the first week, and she's done some extensive research on older people and happiness. And her results of her study indicate that, in fact, older people, as compared to younger people, are happier people. And they're happier because overall, they feel less stress in their lives. So that's kind of an interesting, and I'd like you to make sure you take a look at that video. So older people derive their meaning in life in a couple of different ways. Human interaction, religious involvement, service to others, and human interaction are four key components to older adults feeling a sense of meaning in their lives. There was a study that was done, and a group of older people were asked if they felt that their life had meaning, and 90% of the respondents, 90% of those that responded indicated that yes, in fact, their life does have meaning. So that's kind of encouraging that there are so many opportunities in your older years to recreate yourself and to find new things that will bring you passion and meaning in your life. I want to make sure that you also read readings 1 through 4 in your textbook, and those begin on page 42 and they go up to page 51. There's 4 readings in the textbook, and each of the authors try to articulate what they believe that meaning in older years, what that means. So in your learning assessment that will open up this Friday, what is the date? That would be Friday the 18th. There's a learning assessment that will cover the topic of your week 1 and 2 materials. And there will be a question asking you to respond to what you think the messaging of those 4 readings are from those authors. The other thing I want to make sure that you understand is that there are cultural differences in how we define meaning. If you take a look at page 36 in your textbook, it talks about the Japanese viewpoint of meaning, the Chinese and the Hindu viewpoint of meaning in older years. So have an understanding that culturally there are differences in how we define and how older people define meaning in their lives. I think those were primarily the things I wanted to cover in the topic of meaning. Just understand that meaning is derived from older adults that continue to be engaged in life. And they follow the continuity theory, which says, hey, what I was and what I did in my younger years, I want to continue to do in my older years, maybe in a smaller way or in a modified way. But if I maintain those activities, I am going to have meaning in my life. I also will just give you a real quick preview of week 3 and week 4. You will next week be looking at the biology of aging, and that's the physical process of aging, as well as week 4, you'll be looking at intelligence and learning in aging. So in your week 3 folder, I will be posting a video that will lecture on both week 3 and week 4, because you will have another learning assessment that will be touching on those two weeks of content. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, enjoy your readings and enjoy your videos, and I will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.